Hi, this is Pritha from Impact, and today with us we have Mr. Manoj Gadgil, Business Unit Head, Essential Health, Skin Health, and VP Marketing, Kenvue. It's nice to have you, sir.
Hi, Pritha.
Yeah. So, sir, my first question would be what was the thought process behind a staring contest like no other for Johnson, and like what was the creative thought process behind it?
So, let me give a bit of a background behind the latest Johnson's Baby campaign that you're referring to, right? So, 2 years back, we started on a journey of identifying what should be the unique promise of Johnson's Baby. And we knew that we were onto a very interesting nugget. So, when we went out to almost 15,000 moms, there was a huge resonance with this core idea of promise to protect. And this need or this promise is so universal. It bridges the boundaries of language, culture, socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter. All moms have the same desire. And this is the genesis of our campaign, Promise Pehle Pal Se. Promise to protect from the first moment, right? And this campaign started almost 2 years back. Last year, we made a step two or a new version of it called Promise to Protect from Day One, and we really got to the heart of the matter with communication anchored on science, but presented in a very endearing way because we also had two fabulous brand ambassadors working with us, Mr. Anil Kapoor and Miss Sonam Kapoor, right? So, with the inclusion of these two, I think the power of idea literally got multiplied because there was an anchor of an emotional truth. The communication was anchored on science, and it was being presented in such an endearing manner. The blinking contest that you're referring to is the third film in that series, and that's based on one core insight that a baby's blink reflex, palke jhapkana. So blink reflex is not fully developed, and because of that, they blink far lesser than you and I will ever, or adults will, right? So we took this insight and we said, because of this insight, Johnson's has actually designed a no more tears formula of its shampoo, which makes sure that the shampoo formulation is non-irritating to a baby's eyes. And that is what the inspiration of the entire film was. And Anil Kapoor, who's the grandfather, gets into this entire staring contest with his grandchild saying that, hey, can I outstare you? And well, you know what happens next? He loses. And I think that's the campaign idea, really.
So you spoke about onboarding Sonam Kapoor and Anil Kapoor. So
Yeah.
how has that helped in your, brand campaigns and having a brand ambassador? How has that helped your brand?
I think for every brand, there is something that the brand brings to the table, a unique proposition, something that they stand for, and it must connect very well with the consumers. And I think our promise to protect from day one connects with consumers, with moms, dads, and key stakeholders beautifully. Having a brand ambassador elevates that promise quite a bit. And in our case, I think we are extremely grateful and lucky to have Anil Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor with us because they bring a combination of connect with a large audience that Anil Kapoor brings and also an aspirational mum's personification that Sonam Kapoor brings. And put together with the magic of Johnson's and the science of Johnson's, I think the combination is fabulous.
So while we are on the topic of brand ambassadors, I would like there is this new avenue of marketing, influencer marketing. So how has your brand adapted to that, and do you think that influencer marketing is just going to grow and will Johnson also take a part in that?
So I think, Pritha, to answer that question, we should just step back and see how are moms making choices today. So the modern mom doesn't just depend on the advice of her family. She trusts it, she believes in it, but she doesn't depend only on that. I think one big influence for the modern mom is the advice of a mom like me. And that's where influencers come into play. I think they truly value experience. If the mommy influencers have personal experience, they also value knowledge. Because a lot of the mommy influencers invest time in understanding a lot more about baby care and therefore present a more knowledgeable point of view. And then there are some mommy influencers who are actually specialists in their own field. Right? Could be nutritionists, could be similar such, specialists. So this combination is invaluable for a mom of today's world. And Johnson's Baby understands it deeply, and we believe that this stakeholder is an important stakeholder, and its influence will only increase. Now, the way Johnson's Baby participates or presents the brand through influencers is anchored through science. And as a matter of fact, we do multiple engagements where we are able to bring in influencers, present core baby skincare and baby skin science with them, share our formulations and product ingredient stories and our superiority with them, and help them make a more informed understanding of what they should support and what they should propagate. Our hope is by doing that, we are enabling a more informed choice for the mothers and fathers who look up to these influencers. I can actually give you an example of one such event. Very recently, we hosted an event called Wonder Labs. You would be surprised to know we had a participation of almost 2,000 influencers all put together, some in person and some virtually, and that was also a first of its kind. We were able to engage with them with a combination of our scientists, our brand teams, and we created an immersive session for them where they understood deeply skin science and our product formulations and how they work. We actually had 15 demonstrations and demo tables which are set up across the entire setup. A couple of them were like the No More Tears, the Blink contest that you referred to. So we had a simple, easy experiment that they could do live to check for, is it truly safe and mild. There was a demonstration on how well does our moisturizers in the form of lotions, Johnson's Baby lotion, work towards elevating the moisture content of the skin and enhancing the skin barrier. So these are very easy to do experiments, very visual, very tactile, and it left them feeling absolutely wowed. And it is through these such initiatives that we continue to build up our association with influencers. We've almost doubled our number of influencers that we work with because we know it is so important, and that will continue.
Yeah. So speaking of Wonder Labs, how does innovations like this fit in your brand storytelling, and what is the ROI that you are noticing from these innovations?
Okay. So and I think every brand has its own point of view, right? We firmly believe that it is our duty to create the gentlest and the safest products for babies, and that's been our purpose. That's been our motivation, not just for last couple of years, but for more than 120 years. That's what defines Johnson's Baby. Because of this belief, we have invested significantly in our science, in research. Johnson's Baby is recognized to have more than 90% of all baby skincare research done worldwide, right? We take this science and include it in our way of delivery of information to moms. So whether it is through partnerships like the influencer partnerships that I spoke about, it could also manifest itself in the way we engage with HCPs. It could also manifest in the way we create experiences for consumers. All of this shapes how how consumers look at Johnson's Baby and see it as innovative. So our ability to demonstrate our superiority is one such example, but we also use technology to create a more innovative, persona of the brand. One great example that I can share with you is to meet the growing need of today's mom. One of the needs is transparency, right? So we actually created an entire augmented reality solution where we were able to bring to life, literally speaking, the label of our products to display the ingredients that go into the product. 100% all ingredients demonstrated or showed there, and what was their role. Now this is a way which goes way beyond product innovation. So it takes a science and brings it to life in front of the consumers in a very different way.
Yeah. So, what are some of the emerging trends that you are noticing in this industry, and how is Johnson's Baby adapting its marketing strategy according to those trends?
I think before I even jump into this, I just want to kind of maybe even take a step back and say, who are we? We are Johnson's Baby. We are part of Kenvue, and Kenvue as a global organization has a vision or has a purpose to realize the extraordinary power of everyday care, and that's what inspires us, and it's true for Johnson's Baby also. So one of the things that we are discovering is that as urbanization increases, along with that, income levels rise and education levels rise. I think we are, for the first time, meeting a consumer who's almost as knowledgeable as probably many of the brands are, right? So it is this kind of a consumer that you want to win with. Mums of today and even dads of today, let's not forget the dads, mums and dads of today are not satisfied with just hearing from brands. They want to do their own research. They want to have access to trusted sources of information. They want to know from people's experience. So all of this is obviously kind of making this category an exciting category, and the trend is towards brands which can earn trust with consumers will win. So that's one part of it. The second piece is, I think, with the advent of, sorry, not advent, with the increase in income levels and information that I spoke of earlier, parents are also utilizing products which are beyond the basic products. So I don't know, when I was a kid, I think it was sufficient for my mom to just use a baby soap and a baby powder and maybe a baby oil, and that was the end of it, right? I don't think my mom had even thought of putting a lotion. But for a mom of today, I think expanding beyond the core categories of soap, powder, oil, and adopting new categories is definitely a trend that's coming through, that's shaping the industry and the category also. The third piece that's coming in very clearly is with the change in environment, and we know how the environment is becoming sometimes a bit more challenging, it shows up on a baby even more, right? There is definitely I would say, greater propensity today of babies having more sensitive skin. The skin is always delicate, right? But some babies might actually have sensitive skin, and that awareness is going up. So moms and dads are also looking for unique solutions like these. And then the last bit is, expanding to more niche areas like sunscreen. So a lot of the stuff that's, that has already been acknowledged to be critical for adults or grown-ups, and some of this is also flowing into babies. So all of these trends are kind of are resulting in 2 or 3 things which we are excited about. First is the fact that we are a baby capital of the world, 25 million births every year. This is obviously the market to be in. With the trends that I spoke about, this category is an exciting category with high growth potential. And with the evolution of parents' understanding of what is needed, I think the space for innovation and to thrive is massive. And we believe Johnson's Baby is really well placed to capitalize on all of this. And again, it goes back to our roots. Being a brand that's committed to presenting the gentlest and the best baby care products anchored on science, we believe we continue to innovate and set the standard for baby care in India. And we are excited about the opportunity. Our campaigns are keeping in touch with today's consumer. Our products are meeting their needs and improving on it. And hopefully our innovations will delight the consumers in the future.
So, you talked about a lot of products, like other products that has also come up in, baby care other than just soap, oil and shampoo. So, but most of these are like mostly urban centric, if I may say. What is the company doing to make it, more rural and to reach a mass, consumer?
Can I bust one myth?
Yeah.
Okay. See, if you think that the rural mom wants anything less than what an urban mom wants, I think that would be the biggest mistake of our life. I think the rural mom today is also as connected. And I think the advent of internet and smartphones has leveled the playing field completely. So if you go talk to a rural mom today, she may speak in a language that's different, but her aspirations are the same. And the way we make sure that Johnson's Baby meets these needs of these highly aspirational mums of a rural market is to make sure that they get exactly the same that an urban mum would get. But what we do make sure is that we deliver it in a way that's more accessible for them. So one big focus is price points. So we have small packs, low cash outlay packs that make the same product accessible because they're designed for a fewer number of uses and with a lower price point. So that's one thing that we do definitely. The second thing that we do is we have a deep distribution model and we continue to expand on it because we want to make sure that this best baby care that we believe in is available to every mom in this country.
So, like consumer products were facing a, degrowth in rural and slow growth in rural. So do you think that has come up in like the past few months?
So, see, rural growth, in general, growth goes through ups and downs. It's linked to economy. I think we are very confident about a very strong rural growth. And we actually believe that in the India market, the growth is going to be very attractive in both rural as well as urban market, and our plans reflect that.
So what are some of the demographic that you are targeting in India?
Well, Do you know anybody who doesn't know about Johnson's Baby?
No.
So I think well, to answer your question, I think Johnson's Baby is probably the most universally known baby care brand in India, and we would love to, and we plan to, and we aspire to live up to that expectation. We are a pan-India brand for all consumers across the corners of the country, and our portfolio is reflective of that. Our growth investments are reflective of that, and our focus is reflective of that.
So I would leave you with one last question. So, what is the outlook of this company marketing wise for the next few years?
Again, I think Kenvue in general is invested in India with the objective of meeting the everyday care needs of consumers in India. The demographic is extremely attractive, and we've got very strong plans on Johnson's Baby to make sure that we are able to realize the growth potential of this market with the portfolio that we offer. We're excited about this.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. It was lovely having
But that was my pleasure altogether. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.